All right, everybody, welcome to this segment of Sit Down with the Boss. First of all, go to the Crime Family TV 1 and 2, like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Today we got a special guest from Miller High School, Roy Miller High School Band Alumni. Give them an introduction and let them know who you are.
My name is Lopez, class of 92.
Now, where were you born and raised at, Lopez?
Here in Corpus, 1970. I lived in the Windy City for a while, touring up there for like 6 months.
Oh, really?
That Chicago stuck on me, so that's why I'm a Chicago Bear fan now. Bulls, Sox, Blackhawks, Cubs.
So you're a non-Dallas Cowboy fan?
No. No
Nope.
Texas teams. No Texas teams. Sorry, guys, no Texas teams.
All right, now what school did you attend in the Corpus Christi area?
Oh, man, I went to Crosley Elementary, out there on the north side. And then Driscoll Middle School, and then Roy Miller High School.
Already. Now, were you interested in the band when you was in junior high?
Yeah, I would watch the band and stuff like that. I was already in the music business since I was 9, so I was kind of checking out the Driscoll band. And back in the days, Driscoll had the biggest band in junior high, and then from there it accumulated to Miller.
Oh, really?
That's where I got into the band when I got in Miller.
When you say you got into music at 9, what were we talking about? What kind of music was you listening to when you was 9?
Well, my dad played conjunto music. I'm not too much into conjunto music. And so I started listening to Tejano, which has got keyboards, trumpets, sax. I like the music to sound full. And when I first saw this band called La Sombra, from Chicago, they were choreography, and they would play hip hop. And I enjoyed that. I'm like, man, one day I want to be like that or play with that band. And after a while, I started going to their concerts, and I got introduced to the guys. And from there, I started working with them as a roadie. And back then there was I think there were like 16 or 17 of us. We had to unload 2 18-wheelers, man. We're the biggest down the road show in the music industry. Yeah, but I've been doing music since I was like 9. Looking at my dad, my godfather, and my uncle, they were also musicians too. So I was like, man, I want to be like that, but not that type of music.
Already. Now, what year did you graduate from Miller High School?
I got out of there in 92.
1992.
The crew of 92.
Now, how is it that after so many years, you're able to stay connected to the school?
Through the alumni. The alumni formed, I believe, in 1980 or 81. I believe Rosie Hernandez was her name. She had the alumni all the way up to maybe to 91, 92. And she had passed after that. We had a football game. It was Ray and Miller. Remember back in the days when there was rivalries over there? We were at the Miller and Ray game. She was in front of us. All the Bucks always sat together, man. No matter what class you were in, the Bucks, we're like a family. We're a big family. You could be a class of 2001, 2002, 95, 96. Don't matter. You're from Miller, you're family. And this lady who had the alumni band, she got so excited on the game that she had a brain aneurysm and she died in front of us. Rest her soul. I mean, she was a good lady. She had the alumni band uniformed and everything. I think it was a 200-piece alumni band back in the days.
Yeah.
And then when I got out of school, I took it over in 93. Well, I picked it up in 93, 94, 95, and that's when I stepped down because the music was getting right back on track. Yeah. So I had to leave it to the side, and I went back to the music. Okay. And then it kind of slowed down. So then the alumni called me back, and I've been there since, man.
Now, what's the biggest difference you see with the band 1990 series versus 2000?
Oh, why'd you even say that question, Pat? I don't like to talk about my alumni. I mean, I'm a true Buck. My blood's always going to be purple and gold. But a lot of my alumni know I speak my mind. Miller, let's see, our band director left in 95 or 96. From there on, the band was like this, and now it's like this. Yeah. Why? Because they broke something. They tried to fix something that wasn't broken, and they broke it. Yeah. To me, Miller has no tradition. Not even the band. The fight song they play is not the right fight song. They don't do the run-up. They don't do the razzle-dazzle. The flying in, they do it, but it's not like they used to be back in the days. They changed their uniform. They added black. I don't know where they got black from. Black's more for alumni. And that's it. That band, I mean, Miller's gone through band directors since 95 up to now. I think every 2 years they change band directors. Last year we had Mr. W. He was from George West, I think, or Bishop. He was a good band director. Mm-hmm. And last year they got sweepstakes on concert contests back to back. That hasn't been done since I was there. and they wound up letting him go, and they got another band director from Alice, which is a good band director. He just wants to bring back all the traditional stuff, and he was very happy that Miller had an alumni. Yeah. You know, Moody has an alumni, but my friend said, because I got friends at Moody, and they said that they don't have time for it. You know, Miller's the only one that's real active on the alumni. We try to help out the community as much as we can, but you know, they come to us like 2 days before the event, and we say, man, we can't do that. I mean, you got to give us at least a month. Yeah. You know, to get everything together and practice to what we got to do. But yeah. You know, hopefully with this band director, they'll pick everything back up, man. I mean, like I said, I love my school, man. I'm a buck till the day that I die.
Really? Now, what is it like walking in the Buck Day Parade representing Miller High School?
Oh, man, it's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. Every time we practice, Bobby Costidas is the drum leader. You remember Bobby? Mm-hmm. Remember Bobby from back in the days? He talks, he goes, you know, once we hit that street, they hear these cadences, and we stuck to the old cadences. Miller has different cadences that makes no sense. But we stuck to the old stuff. And man, when we marched down that street, the adrenaline with the crowd just going, people just yelling, that's the real show band, that's the Miller Buck band, that's the real show band. We even, I'm with the band at West Oso, and even when we passed the West Oso fans, they're yelling at us too, like, yeah, that's the real Miller band, hell yeah, that's the real Miller band. You know, a lot of people like the old stuff, so that's the way we kept it. Mm-hmm. You know, and we had some other drummers that were graduated when everything had changed, and we were clashing on the cadences. You know, they just weren't nice enough. We would hardly play. So they went their way. They formed CC Drumline, and we kept our alumni. And that's the way it's been, man.
Well, really. Now, what is one of the biggest highlights in the band, whether it was a football game or parade, that you can remember that you probably tell the most out of all your stories from the show, man?
I would have to say, man, that's a tough one. That's a good question there, Pat. The games are good. Back in the days, you know how it was back in the days. People go there just to see the band. Our football team was good. Don't get me wrong. We went to district, by district champs and all that. But
halftime show.
Yeah, halftime show. Everybody already, just when we formed that one line on the sideline, that man, Mr. Mendes, rest his soul, our announcer, Damas y Caballeros, that crowd just went crazy. Yeah. But the parade, constantly people just yelling, you know, taking pictures and stuff like that, you know. I mean, that's a good question right there. But I would have to say the football games, man, because it was hype back in the days. It was packed, like the way it was when the Miller was in these past years when it was playoffs and it was packed. Yeah, that's the way it was back in the days, just for the band, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, what teacher do you remember the most, or probably had the biggest influence on you back in Miller High School?
There's two of them. One of them is our band director, Mr. Joe Hernandez, awesome band director. He taught me with the stuff that we do and that we know, the discipline, you know, the respect with the other band members. He taught us that. He made me who I am right now today in the alumni. And the other person who helped me out a lot was Miss Marquez. She passed away, I think, last year. Rest her soul, but she would help me out all the time. She goes, Albert, the band needs you. You're the main guy in the tuba line. They need you. I'm going to help you pass. And, you know, she helped me pass. I mean, like I said, Miss Marquez, she was a very humble teacher. And she loves her drill team girls. They called her Mama Bear. She had her little cubs there, which was drill team.
Oh, really?
But yeah, she was a real nice lady. What's weird about it is I had Mr. Marquez at Driscoll. Mm-hmm. I think he taught economics, right? Or science or something like that?
Yeah, I think science.
Yeah. So I had him for a teacher too. So it's pretty weird having a husband and wife being my teacher. But it was cool, man. It was cool. But those are the two teachers. Oh, you know what? I'm lying. I got another one. Her name was Beatrice Perez, but she got married and it's Guru now. She was another teacher that helped me pass and stuff like that on my classes and stuff. Miss Miller helped me too. Man, I got a bunch of teachers. Miss Miller, Miss Snavely. Mostly all my teachers that I had in high school, through my whole high school, they helped me out in passing, you know. Oh, really? But the main three were Mr. Hernandez, Miss Marquez, and Miss Guru.
Oh, really? Now, when we was talking just then, you said you knew you had another school that said they was doing something with alumni. Is there all the schools have active alumni, or do you just find that very few alumni seem to be as active as Miller's?
Well, every school has an alumni, but the people who are mainly active band-wise, Moody was active for a while, but then they stopped because I had a friend of mine, Estadio Lopez. He's also a Tejano musician. He was a drummer at Moody. And he said, man, we just don't have time for that. He goes, you guys are the only ones that are keeping it alive is the Miller Alumni Band. You know, we stick to the old dances and stuff like that. But it'd be, you know what, Pat? It'd be so cool. It would be so cool if each high school would you know, form the alumni band. Mm-hmm. And maybe one year do battle of the bands.
Yeah.
You let the high schools do it. After Ray goes, let the Ray alumni come in. Miller,
And we
let the
might
Miller
need to put
alumni.
that,
You know what I'm
we might need
saying?
to put that together.
Yeah, that's one of my goals right now. To do that.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool, man. Let Ray High School perform, and then after that, let the alumni perform with the drill team cheerleaders or whatever. That'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Now, today up to date, let's get to the Tejano side of Al, because I don't want to just stay on the Miller, because I know you got a very long music history in Tejano.
Yeah, Tejano.
Now, are you part of any band or doing any Tejano music today?
Well, right now, I went back. Well, the guy called me back. He's from Moody as well. His name is Albert Flores, and the name of the band is Albert Flores y la Juventud. Juventud means like a younger crowd, the younger generation, like teenagers and stuff. But we're all old and shit, so we might have to change the name. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. He's conjunto. Like I said, I'm not too much into conjunto because they all play the same songs,
Yeah.
But this guy, when I saw him, he has a studio. He does choreography. I'm a big fan of choreography, and he writes his own music. There's a couple of times that we play copies, but majority of them are all originals, and it's always good to have original music.
Yeah.
That's the only conjunto. Well, I play with another conjunto band, but I helped them out. Mano La Venganza. He also does conjunto music, but my main music is Tejano music. I love keyboard, sax, trumpet. I like to have it sound full and choreography. I'm a real big fan of choreography. That's one of the main things that I got in the Miller band, because we dance. The stuff we used to do back in the days.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. People go crazy for that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm doing right now. I have a project going on right now. I want to do a Tejano band to where it's like a MC Hammer, Las Vegas, Cumbia King Sombra show. A lot of dancing choreography. I have 3 female dancers. I'm looking for one more. And hopefully everything goes good, man. I don't want to say the name of the band right now. I'd rather just wait till it comes out. But it has to do with showband.
Oh, really? Now, who is your biggest influence in Tejano?
Oh, that's an easy question right there. His name is Mr. Tony Guerrero. He was my mentor. He was my teacher. Everything that I know in music right now, before I started, I thank him. He gave me the opportunity. Well, I was working with him, setting up, slides and speakers and the mics and all that. Like I said, we had to unload 2 18-wheelers and having 19 people on the staff, They were a badass band. They had fire, pyros, and all that. It was like watching Kiss, but in the Tejano world. And then they would open up with a hip hop song, like anything that's hitting. Like the one time they played "You Can't Touch This" from MC Hammer. They played "Humping Around" from Bobby Brown. They played some New Edition. Yeah, dude, these dudes are bad, bro. You don't understand. And when he asked me to play percussion for him, I'm like, dude, I'll be honored to play with this guy. And from there on, man, he taught me everything, man. He taught me how the music goes, how to talk to the people, how to get business going and stuff like that. So he was a big inspiration to me, man. Mr. Tony Guerrero, all the Guerrero family, the Huerta, Ramirez, Gonzalez, all my fams over there, man. I mean,
really?
Yeah, they put me on the map, man. Now,
when it comes to the Tejano music, did you do a lot of touring, and how many instruments can you play?
Well, I picked up. That's another good question there too, because I played drums, and the reason how I played drums was an accident. Because when we were in high school, my friends Joshua Longoria, Hector Gutierrez, and Hector Guerra, and Efren and myself, we formed a band called Sensacion, which means sensation. And we were still in high school. We wound up playing for a Valentine's dance for the drill team, but we had this drummer, Quincy Thompson. I think that's his last name. Q.
Yeah.
He was in the Miller band.
Quincy Thompson.
He was our drummer, and he jammed it. We would go to the practice. He would never show up, and I told the guys, you know what? I know the beats to him. So I got under. We started, and I started playing. He goes, you know what? You're playing drums. So that's how I learned how to play the drums. And then I started playing percussion. And then like when they asked me to play, I was playing drums for La Sombra. And then he knew that I could dance, so he put me in the front of percussion. So I could play drums and percussion, man, very, very, very little. The keyboards, very, very, very little of accordion, very, very, very little of guitar, and very, 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 very little of bass. But my main instrument is the drums and the percussion.
Oh, really?
And yes, I've toured around the United States. I've been to a lot of states. I didn't have to pay to go over here to Chicago, Portland, Oregon, Montana, Washington, Florida, Arizona, Mexico. I didn't have to pay. Just get on the bus, the van, or RV, where we were in. It's like I took it as I got paid to see the world. Nothing came out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Came back with cash and stuff like that. And back then it was a business, so we didn't have to work.
Oh, really?
That was our job.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what can they find Albert Lopez doing today, man? The laid-back alumni hero when he just at home chilling today with the family and kids.
Man, you know what, Pat? Another good question right there, man. You're nailing me, bro. You're nailing me. I don't go out as much because, man, if I go to HEB in the hood, I got a crowd. People are talking to me. They want to take pictures because they know me from the alumni band. So people know me from La Sombra, musician. You know, and my kids get mad at me so bad. God, Dad, we can't go to San Antonio. We can't go to Houston. We can't go to the mall because you always have a crowd right there. I was like, man, baby, I'm sorry, man. I made myself who I am. You know, it took a lot of work, but I got there, you know. I survived it. But most of the time I'm at home. I take care of my mom. I have power attorney on my mom. She's a little sick, so I cook for her, make sure she takes her medication, her diabetes shot and stuff like that. Take her to the doctors. And I have my son, my baby boy there living with me. He's not a baby boy no more. He's 20 years old. He just completed 20 on January 25th.
Really?
Yeah, he also plays drums. I taught him how to play drums when he was 3. And he was going to Miller, but he didn't like it, so he wanted to go to West Oso because Mr. Milton was after him since he was like, in elementary, because I used to take him to West Oso, and he was up there playing with the drums already. He already knew how to play.
Oh, really?
So my son told me, Dad, I don't want to be at Miller. I want to go to West Oso. So took him to West Oso and became an all-state drummer over there.
Alrighty, now before we get out of here, you want to give a shout out to any teachers, band members?
All the alumni, dog. All the alumni, they already know what's up. All my friends from elementary, you know, Eric Macy, Ben White, Dexter White, Lee DeWeedy, my boy Lee DeWeedy, you know, Marlon Chambers, Darryl Chambers, you know, you, Patrick, Tyrone, Ned,
really?
Bobby Cáceres, you know, everybody, you know. I mean, shout out to all my family. We family, man. We went from Driscoll. We went to Crosby, Driscoll, and Miller, dog. So, and then since we were little, Pat, we all hung around, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we family, bro. It's like I tell my son, I said, any musician, no matter the rap, reggaeton, country, Spanish, gospel, whatever, you know, it's all a music family. It's a family. It's a family. That's all it is, bro.
Sure, right.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. I kind of freaked out. You said you wanted me to be on your show, man. I'm kind of honored to be here, Pat. Shit, that's pretty cool, man.
I'm honored to have you because you're definitely a part of the history of Miller, a part of the history of the hood, and a part of the history of the alumni. You know what I mean?
Man. We're getting ready, man. Parade's right around the corner. It's the first week of May, so.
Now what can we expect in this parade, man?
The same old traditional stuff, man. We don't change anything. We keep it original. The way we were taught is the way we keep it. Now, the day that we're gone, I don't know who's going to take over the alumni. I don't know how it's going to be. You know, it might do this, do that, do that, do that. It's a game. Music's a gamble.
Already.
You know, the alumni is a gamble because some come, some go. Sometimes we have a good parade route. Sometimes just the drummers and drill team, a couple of cheerleaders, a couple of band members. But we make it work. They hear those cadences. They already know what's up.
Already. Now, what is the official date of the Buck Parade?
It's the first week of May. It's always the first week of May.
Okay.
It's either the 2nd, the 1st, the 3rd, or the 5th, but it's the first week of May.
And it's that Saturday, right?
Yeah, that's Saturday. Yeah, last year we had it on a Sunday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was pretty weird, man. On a Sunday.
That's Corpus Christi for you.
Yeah, man. And then they changed the parade route, man. They blocked off the new harbor bridge that they're building under the causeway on Leopard. They put an off ramp on there, man. So they blocked it all off. So Leopard Street is not going to be the parade route anymore.
Okay.
From what I heard, they wanted to start it from Port, make a left on Agnes and go all the way straight, but I don't know. I have no idea.
We'll find out on that day.
Yeah, man.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. If y'all got any questions for my partner, man, come on to the channel. Like and subscribe. Like I said, hit the notification bell. Leave a comment, man. Me and Al will both will get back with you. Right now, man, y'all go to Miller High School, man, and get up on everything as far as history, the band, football team, jerseys, hats. They got everything over there at the Corpus Christi.
Once a buck, always a buck, baby.
Yes, sir. Once a buck, always a buck.
Yeah.
And right now, Alvin Lopez to sit down with the boss.
You.